Hello, I'm Josh, also known as Cpgeek, and my chair totally sucks. Yep, this one I'm sitting in here right now. In fact, I'm gonna stand up for a couple of seconds and see what I can do about getting that on stream here. In fact, let me go ahead and switch to the other camera, B plus A, and there's a giant chair box in the way, but as you see, leather is all torn up. Well, leather really some colored in, and there's very little cushion. It's all just hard, and there's a little bit left in the back, but the back doesn't even contact my back when I sit in it. You can see here. So I'm usually like this most of the time, and there's this whole, 4 or 5, maybe even 6-inch gap just hanging out there when I'm here working. This is just not a good setup overall for doing any kind of sitting for long periods of time. And personally, I am at my desk roughly 18 hours on an average day. I work 8, and then I work my own projects after that, and I play video games and watch Netflix and whatnot after that. All kinds of YouTube stuff, live streaming like I am here, and all those kind of fun things. So I am at my desk a whole lot, and this chair just isn't cutting it. So I did an exhaustive search. I went out and found a whole bunch of different chairs. A lot of them I liked, a lot of them I didn't. A lot of them were just way too expensive for anything that I would want to do. The most recommended chair that has come back to me is it's called the Aeron. I haven't actually sat in it. It's a Herman Miller chair. And it looks to be really, really nice, but it also looks to be, $1,000 plus. I think it was like $1,500 or something like that. While it is an investment, and I definitely will like having an ergonomic chair, that's just way too much. The next best that I saw out there was a company called Steelcase. They make office chairs. They've been around forever, and they make a couple of different ones that seem to be really into it. However, the one that actually caught my eye was this one. This is made by a company called Autonomous. They can be found at autonomous.ai, and I've included the link down in the description. Just a couple of things to get out of the way up front. They did not send me this chair for free. I paid for this with my own money. I am not getting paid for this unboxing review or talk about it video at all. This is all my own thoughts, opinions, and I'm just kind of excited to get things unboxed, set up, and I'll be using it as my new chair. Who knows? I might do a proper review video later on, although I say that a lot, and lots of things have gone properly unreviewed. So who knows? I'll leave that for a future Josh to decide. But for now, so Autonomous, the ErgoChair caught my attention when Jay's 2 Cents, a popular YouTuber who does lots of tech things, was doing a video about his home setup, where he does a lot of video game playing and whatnot. He has one of these and really likes it. And I then went searching for videos and reviews and whatnot. And a lot of people seem to really like this chair. Will it last forever? Probably not. There's a lot of plastic pieces and whatnot, but it does look like it has a pretty decent warranty. In fact, we will go ahead and check that out in a couple of seconds. Let's just go ahead and check out their site for a second here. So let's go ahead and let's see, desktop camera. So if we go over to autonomous.ai, which is their site. I'm just doing this right off the cuff here. Looks like they're still running a special. The ErgoChair 2 is the chair that I got here is currently $80 off. Plus you can get additional off if you use a referral code. I do have a referral code in the description. You can use it or you can not use it. Just know that I will get some credit as well every time somebody uses that. So if I do need to buy a chair in the future, I can do that. It's a good way of supporting this channel. Although, like I said, I did not do this for any kind of monetary compensation. I did this because I wanted to buy a chair. But this referral code does get the user upwards of $150 off of a new chair or desk or whatever you want to buy from Autonomous. They seem to make a lot of really well-reviewed products, so I would definitely recommend checking them out. And using their referral code if it actually helps you in the checkout process. So here we are, the ErgoChair 2. As you see from the videos flying by here, I don't want to get copyright strike. I'm going to go ahead and flip off the audio here. Kill desktop audio altogether in OBS. There we go. So as you see, it's extremely ergonomic. It has a whole bunch of features, which I will definitely go through once the chair is assembled. And it is pretty inexpensive when it comes to a proper ergonomic chair. Like I said, it's usually $419. It's currently on sale. Save $80 plus on top of that, whatever referral link that you use. So it's a good way to save a bunch of money. It's just a holiday special that they're running right now. So that's how I did this. And the shipping was actually really fast too. They used FedEx, and I ordered this, I believe it was Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just gonna look that up for you in real time as well. Email December 16th. So that was only 5 days ago. That's pretty fast shipping overall. So I'm pretty happy with that. Looks pretty nice. Does come in a few different colors. I got the black one, as you shall soon see. Evergreen is kind of strange. I don't think many people have setups that'll go with that. The red apple is also equally strange. I kind of don't like the baby blue, but again, my setup doesn't really have a whole lot of that going on. There's the black and white, which I almost went with this. Like, I kind of like this, but I pulled a few close friends and family members, and they basically urged me to go with the all black because it matches pretty much anything that I could throw at it. So that's what I went with, and I'm pretty happy with that, although I do think that the black and white might look pretty cool. I think the gray is a little too just gray in that if you were to like drop food on it or whatever, you know, that it will show up a little bit more than it would on the black. So that's always you know, a consideration for a chair you're going to keep for a really long time. You know, and another consideration when I was looking through. So Staples has a whole bunch of chairs that are significantly less expensive than this, that have pretty decent ergonomic features and some of their higher end stuff for a little under half the price, about $200. They have their Hyokin chair, which I was looking at, but I'm kind of a big guy. I'm over the weight limits on quite a few of these chairs. In fact, another I was looking at is from Autonomous as well. What was it? Oh, the Mio chair or Mio chair, whatever they want to call it. I liked this because of the whole footrest deal. And I actually inquired if you could get a footrest like this for the chair that I picked up. Unfortunately, that wasn't a possibility, but you know, it's pretty cool. But unfortunately, I didn't meet the weight capacity for that. I'm afraid that I would go ahead and break it. And I did inquire to their support staff about that as well. I gave them my weight and whatnot, and they basically urged me into the ErgoChair. I'm not, extremely huge or anything, but I was kind of borderline, and I didn't want to break it, especially if I were to, you know, stupidly use it as a ladder or something, which does happen very occasionally on some other stuff. Here, I'm more inclined just to climb up on my desk and use that if I'm nearby. I do have access to a step stool. I own one in the house. I could use that whenever, but it's not in front of me all the time, and sometimes I have in the past stepped on my chair. Go figure. Um, Anyhow, so yeah, ErgoChair 2. Decent price overall. It seemed to be smack dab in the middle of where I was looking at for budgeting. Didn't really want to go over $1,000, although I was kind of prepared to. But I will give this a shot and see what's what. Ah, yes, warranty. Let me double check on that as it is of interest to me while I'm here. Ba, 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 ba. All right, so warranty. All right, so 2 years. If something goes wrong, we fix it easy. So clicking on their warranty policy, I'm not going to go through the whole thing or anything like that. I just want to see more precisely what it covers. So all right, so they're not liable for defects caused by improper assembly. I'm going to go by the book. I did look at their video for assembly instructions and made some notes here. So I'm going to go ahead and go by that. These notes are directly from their video and is proper assembly. So they don't cover defect caused by improper assembly, defects occurring after purchase due to product modification, intentional damage, accidents, misuse, abuse, or negligence. That's probably the standing on my chair thing that I was just talking about. I'm not going to do that with this new chair. Also, it doesn't cover normal wear and tear due to age. This might be debatable depending on what breaks and how. The one component that I'm thinking might be prone to possible damage is the way that the headrest interfaces. I've heard that the headrest itself can start drooping or drop. So that's, not necessarily that cool. But they cover it for 2 years. There are some chair companies that cover for a lot longer, like Steelcase or Herman Miller. Those chairs get covered for like 10 years or something silly like that. So you buy it for life. Whereas this is, a little bit more of a short-term chair, but it's significantly less expensive. And I try not to go through chairs all that often. My previous chair, I bought used from a surplus store at a local university, and I had that chair for about 3 years. The welds finally gave. I think I was just playing too heavy for its system. But again, I used it for like 18 hours a day and was kicking back in it and stuff. So, things happen. But yeah, I'm hoping that this will last for a good long time. We'll see. If and when this breaks, I'll probably end up doing some sort of a video or a web update or something along those lines. Please stay tuned to Cpgeek.org for all of those kind of minor updates and that kind of stuff. I also post some of the stuff to the Facebook page. There's a Cpgeek.org Facebook group. Go ahead and join up. I do post when I'm gonna go live and those sorts of things. There's also a Discord channel, which you can find at cpgeek.org. You can find all the ways to contact me there, from Twitter to Discord to Facebook to all of the rest of the social medias. So go ahead and click on that link down below and go ahead and give me a shout. I'm happy to talk and try to build a community full of people who are nerds like myself, interested in all kinds of technology and video and all that cool stuff. So now that I've talked about this for some time now, I am going to go ahead and unbox and build this thing and see where that gets me. So, bear with me here. It'll take me a couple of minutes to get things out of the box. Probably just going to end up building on the floor and on the edge of the desk here. Their video was not all that great in terms of explaining how they were good at explaining how to put it together, but they want you to use the edge of a table that happens to have enough space between the table and the floor to accommodate the full backrest. You'll see what I mean in a minute when I go ahead and break this guy out and try to assemble. I'm going to try to assemble it on the edge of my desk here and see if that works. Otherwise, I may have to do so on the floor and juggle things. It's not really ideal, but y'all can get the opportunity to laugh at me if you like. um, all right, so let me just go ahead and, pull back around to the stream. Looks like I've got a like so far on the video. Kind of slow going here. If anybody is interested, you're more than welcome to post questions or comments in the chat. I do try to keep things interactive, but while actually doing the build, I might not be able to get to that, as it's going to be a little far away to read. But I'll definitely address those comments and thoughts when I do get back to hopefully using my new chair. And use that as an opportunity to give you some of my thoughts about it. Anyhow, on with the unboxing. All right, let's go ahead and switch views here. I just want to see what my framing is so y'all can join in. All right, so let's use this view. Okay, so sorry about my messy lab here. I have been trying to clean up all day and didn't get so far. I did get some floor space, which is what's allowing me to do this video in here now, but not much beyond that. So go ahead and see. All right, box cutter. Gonna need that. Move the mic so that it points roughly in my direction. Sorry if the audio goes weird, but I'm using a shotgun microphone here. All right, so let's go ahead and first off put this down here. This box has a tag on it that says that it weighs 64 pounds, which is a little beyond my means. I basically had to drag it in here. Just gonna go ahead and open this here. All right. Sure out. Okay. 2 flaps, 3 flaps, 4 flaps. And what do we got? We got a box in a box. Just what I always wanted, a box to box. Okay. Well, do I take this box out of the box or do I leave it in the box? They weren't so forthcoming as far as unpacking instructions. I'm just going to leave this box in the box for now. Hopefully unpack it. I was concerned that outside of the box does have a small hole in it from shipment, but it appears this is packed very well. So I don't foresee any major consequences. All right, this box in a box looks like it has all of the things. So, all right, so this bit here looks like it's going to be a headrest. Go ahead and open this up. Yep, headrest. is actually the last part to go on, so I'm just going to pop this open, have a quick look, and then set it aside. All right. So first off, first impressions go. This material is very springy. Looks like it has plenty of give. Looks like it would be very comfortable in the back of the head. The entire backrest is made out of this stuff, so that'll be that. In terms of movement here, that's that click there is from moving the headrest into different positions, and that's really the part that I expect to start failing. Although it looks pretty strong. The other part is the way that it raises up and down here. You can you see that? No. There are divots that allow for adjustment. Oh, okay. Those are pretty strong. I think they've re-engineered this since the videos of the reviewers that I saw last. So I'm just going to go ahead and set this aside for now. Put it on my other table here. And let's continue. Unlike most of the things that I unbox, I'll not be saving this box much beyond a day or two, as I don't really have need for a giant box for chairs and things. That assumes that the workmanship quality on all these components is up to snuff, which I have no, I don't believe that there should be any problems here. Well, it looks like my A camera froze for some reason. Or the capture card behind it. I'm just going to shift that a little bit. Okay. I want to see that. So ACAM 7 reactivates. All right, camera's back online. Cool. Continue. There's a kitty. That happens. I will bet almost anything that the cats are really going to love this box, at least for the day or so that it stays here. Okay, next. This looks like the back of the chair back here. The packing material is really nice and plush. Be careful with the tape. Don't want to risk tearing into my new chair. Untape it. It works. This packaging looks pretty well designed. I actually think I might keep this this big bubble bag layer here if I need to ship any sort of electronics goods or anything along those lines, which does happen fairly often. Pop through these bubbles. So we've got back of the chair. Again, it's bubble wrapped and bubble wrapped. And it's got that stuff around it, so it's very well packaged. Autonomous's packaging team is seemingly top notch. I'm very happy about what I've seen so far. Gentle about what I'm doing with this here knife, so as to not slice into anything important, like my hand or the chair. Placing away from the chair. Like these are just shaped bags. Great. Okay, so here's the chair back. Same flexible material. A really nice lumbar cushion. I look forward to trying that out. And then that comes off. So most of these parts, it looks like, are injection molded plastic, but that's just fine. I mean, they're still fairly durable looking. I mean, there's a lot of material there. It's plastic, but it's the good solid kind of plastic, you know? There are some workmanship issues that I've discovered already, like this little floppy piece here. I don't know if you can see that on camera. Zoom in just a bit. So, come on, focus. There we go. All right, so this little piece here, I might have to take some scissors and cut off. Looks like there's a couple of these that stick out over the edge of the springy upholstery material, plasticky stuff. Let me see if I can look at the other side. Doesn't appear to be any more of those strings in the end. And you can see sort of where they fold in on themselves in the corner. Usually this stuff would be, you know, hidden away, folded under or whatever. Not super sad about it, but kind of wish it was a little better. Also, this is definitely a brand new chair. And here we can see there's clear signs of roughness around this joint, like it was worked with a file or something like that. So these pieces are not 100%. And here we can see some markings here that I didn't do. I don't know if to pick up on camera. So I'm a little disappointed in those sorts of things. There's some finishing issues that I would expect not to have with, you know, $400 chair. Just set this aside just so we can unbox the rest of the pieces. Oop. And it looks like I crashed the capture. I'm moving the camera around. Let's go ahead and reset the B camera. That's what live streaming is. Things go wrong, it will go wrong. That's all right. Things are going pretty well here right now. Okay. So this is the pull mechanism with all the various levers and stuff that you grab onto. Just a lot of plastic here. Kind of was hoping for more metal, but it does seem to be pretty durable. The entirety of the control thingy itself is metal, but the various controls that hang off of it are plastic. Set this on the floor for now. thought this unboxing part would take a little shorter than it has been. This must be the seat portion. Seat's actually a lot less heavy than that control portion. I'm guessing that there's a lot of plastic here. Again, same thing as the back portion. It's got. Whoop. Good thing this isn't the part that controls everything. Just lost the grip on it. Twice. That's okay. No harm done. Again, looking at the bottom, I can see a lot of rough construction here. Whoop. And the camera crashed again. Wish there was a way I could set a button to reset that camera. Activate, activate. All right, things are good again. This room is just way too small for doing this kind of work. Anyhow, as I was saying, every time I touch it, it's going to stop responding. That's not good. Oh, I think I know what happened. Yeah, the little capture device I'm using here was on the floor, and I think it got disconnected. And we're back. Okay. Sorry about that, friends. This is clearly a live stream. All right, so as I was saying, the bottom of the chair here, again, it's a little bit rough here. So is probably where the mold was for injection. I wish that they had either cut that out or managed to make that a little cleaner. Same thing with these holes here. They're just not all that well built in terms of the way the holes are cut. I mean, I'm nitpicking here. There's nothing functionally that is going to be problematic by having these types of rough surfaces. Just slightly so I can get a better picture of what I'm talking about here. So it's these are rough cut holes that should have been either filed down or molded, casted better. The actual holes where things attach are a little rough too. So just taking us over there. Come on. These holes here, the threaded holes, look really kind of rough. Come on, focus. Anyhow. I'm not saying that there's any problem with that. This will probably be a perfectly fine chair. I just think that they should get their quality control a little bit better. And continuing. This sounds like hardware. I'm going to set this box aside for now. Hardware in my old chair. last but not least is the base. Standard 5-spoke base. Nothing really to write home about. Nothing wrong with it. Again, seems kind of rough construction. Expected a little bit better from something so expensive. But again, it's well constructed. Nothing that's going to be problematic. And all of the quote-unquote defects would be found in the bottom portion, all the rough bits. So I don't really expect any problems. Oof. This does have a really bad smell on the base portion. That plastic is not a great smell. It's like burning things that you shouldn't in a campfire, plastics and things. All right, so a couple of things that I noticed right away here are things that I did not get, at least so far. I have not seen any instructions whatsoever, not even, a single piece of paper that says, please visit our website for instructions. I mean, that kind of stuff happens all the time now and is just fine. I did locate their assembly instructions video. Like I said, I watched that and it looked very straightforward. So I'm not sad about the lack of instructions on the website, but it would have been nice had they at least included a piece of paper saying, hey, go to the website to get more instructions. So that is something that I did not see. The only other things that I see, bottom of this box, are a couple of do not eat silica gel packets. So I'm not going to eat those. I'm just going to leave them in there along with the last cardboard bit on the bottom. And for now, I'm going to go ahead and shove all of this packaging back in this internal box. I think maybe I missed a piece of paper underneath this smaller box. It wouldn't surprise me if I accidentally disassembled this upside down. All of the words are right side up on the bottom, so I thought this was done. There wasn't any specific arrows or anything like that in this box. So they may have built it upside down. I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and store the things in here and then look under this small box, the bottom of the big one, to see if there's any other things. All right. Okay. So that's the small inside box. Can I lift it out? Doesn't seem to want to. So what I'm going to do is flip the whole darn thing over. And open the bottom. This has been a lot of work just getting the thing out of the box. All right. Knife. I expected at least an invoice or, something that says go to our website for instructions, or even a step-by-step guide with pictures would be nice. Nope, there's absolutely nothing on the bottom. 0 instructions come with this. So that's extremely disappointing. Oh, I did not open the hardware package yet. There I go trash talking and didn't get through the entire unboxing. So I'll set that on my desk. All right. I am not good at this full unboxing thing, but that's why you're here, along for the journey. So let's pop this open and watch me eat my words with instructions. You think? Okay. All right. So there's definitely stuff to see here. Go ahead and zoom in on that. Okay. So what do we have here? We've got chair arms. Okay. Okay, arm one. Set that on my floor. Two, wrap. Set that on the floor. Pop that open later. We've got, there we go, a hex driver at seams labeled M. A bunch of different bolts. Looks like they're very well laid out. They all have letters on their names here. There we go. So we've got M for the screwdriver. We've got N as in November, for a 6x14 by 1.5 millimeter wafers. We've got P, M8. We've got O, which look to be O-rings. We've got I, M8 by 25. We've got J, which is M6 by 22. We've got K, which is M6 by 35. We've got L, M8 by 60. And then it looks like we've got a bunch of miscellaneous things here that don't have an actual name to them. They would be down below, which is interesting. It's possible that they gave me spares. I'm hoping that's what those are. All right. Set the hardware on my desk here. And we've got casters. So, look to be nice big casters, pretty standard. Nothing to be disappointed about. Guessing that they probably ordered these in bulk from a different company. No reason to reinvent the wheel. There we go. There's the instruction book. Autonomous Smart Office ErgoChair 2 Assembly Instructions. Zooming out here. All right, it doesn't unfold all the way. It is an actual booklet. Just going through this a little bit. Got the names of all of the parts. We've got a backrest, a headrest, a seat, 5 casters, gas lift, base, armrests ×2, and the control mechanism, along with the various bolts and nuts that I just went through. Everything is present and accounted for. So it's good to start by investigating the things that you have and make sure you have everything mentioned in the manual. So we do have all of those things. And it looks like there's nice step-by-step instructions that look like they match the video perfectly in a more CAD-like format. I don't know if that's in focus. So not bad. And looks like we've got some nice big images for the parts that we need adjustment for. All right, big page of warning. Warning, failure to follow these instructions may result in a serious injury. This product is for sitting only. Do not stand on the seat. That's what I was just talking about before. Number 2, do not use this product unless all bolts and parts are firmly tightened. We're going to go ahead and make sure that that happens soon. If any parts are missing, damaged, or worn, repair the product with the replacement parts from manufacturer. Very important. Do not sit on the armrest of this product. That would be dumb anyway. This product is designed to seat only one person at a time. But what if I want to get some cute girl to sit on my lap? Children under 10 may require assistance and supervision to use this product. I don't know what I would be doing in this chair or what they would be doing in this chair that would cause problems. It's not going to launch them or anything, so not sure. I guess that's just a liability coverage thing. Okay. Now that I have all of the parts out, I'm going to remove this box from the room and grab a quick drink because I've been talking for a little while now. And at the same time, I'm going to use the restroom, take a quick bio break. And I will be back in approximately 5 minutes. I'll make sure to cut this out of the VOD here as I put this online. So I'm going to go ahead and BRB. I don't have a BRB scene. I do, but I don't. Oh, there it is. Hello, and I am back. Awesome. Plus one iced tea and minus one giant box where I am now currently sitting. Needed that iced tea. Anyhow. All right, nothing in the chat. That's cool. Current audio bitrate is 0. Oh, that's because I have the microphone turned off for so long. Okay, just checking out the YouTube health here, making sure things work. Anyhow, so I've got my iced tea. I've been to the restroom and got rid of the giant box so we have a little bit more room to work. And let's go ahead and get back to that. I'm going to go ahead and use the instructions that I found, totally included. They're just in the hardware box. I'm going to use those instructions as a checklist as I go through and do the various things because I think that that will do a better job. All right, so I am. Go ahead and close this drawer because it's distracting. Good enough for now. Okay, so I believe that the first couple of steps are put the wheels on and do the base stuff first. Yep. Step 1, flip the base upside down and insert the wheels. And do. And wheel. Gonna need my knife, which I left over at the table. Okay. Whoa, that is a loud noise that I don't like, but it works. Let's see how these bearings. Nice and free. No sign of lubrication. I might have to add my own. They're a little squeaky here in my hand, but once I get weight on them, I don't think it'll be a problem. So I'm going to do this in my lap, get more leverage. Come on, pop in there. Look at that. Ah, they take a little bit of effort, but that's just fun. Okay. Two wheels, ha ha ha. Once I get weight on this and get it settled, I'm sure they'll settle in the rest of the way if they aren't clicked in all the way. It's a pretty easy press fit type assembly. Most chairs that I've seen use the same method. So I'm not shocked by any means, and it looks like this will work out perfectly fine. Excuse me. Last wheel. Five wheels. Ha ha ha. All right. Put that back on the table. Grab the handy fountain pen. Moonman T1. And mark off step 1 as complete. We have flipped the base upside down and inserted the casters. Step 2 is insert the gas lift into the base. So we flip it back over for the picture here. So flip this way. Set it here on my desk as much as I can. Hopefully it won't roll away. I need my desk for this. I don't think this was designed to be assembled on the desk. All right. I've got the lift. Now, it looks like they want the fat part of the lift to go down into this hole. All right, comes right out the other side there. It's the gas lift here. Very sturdy construction. I like that. I'm just going to sit on the floor here for a moment. Yeah. To a good start. Rolls very freely, even on my carpet and whatnot. I think this is actually going to be really nice. We'll see once we get the rest of it set up here. All right. So we've got the gas lift installed. Check that off. All right, step 3, tighten the aligned bolts and washers into holes on the base using a screwdriver. And here I have information on, as far as the picture on what screws go where, but I actually think that my notes do a better job as far as description on that. I just heard my phone go ding-a-ling, so I'm just going to check that out real quick. Not certain what that was all about, but that's okay. Anyhow, back to where we were. Now, I watched the video and took notes on the video. There's a video assembly guide. I don't want to bring that up for copyright reasons, but I did take some notes as far as information from that video. I don't know if you can see any of my scrawling on camera, but nobody should. I have incredibly poor penmanship, but I swear I can read this, and we'll work from it. Iced tea is great when you're talking. Anyhow, all right, so checking off the things that I've already done in my notes. We've inserted the wheels. We've installed the lift. Now, the video instructs put 6 NX7 washers on 6 KX7 bolts, 3 for each side, and that is going to hold on the arms, which they tell me to put the base on the edge of a desk upside down, and we'll go ahead and start that installation process now. So I'm going to slide my notebook back over the other portion of my desk. Set my fountain pen down, move the instructions over for a minute, and grab the base here, seat. There that is. All right, so we're going to need the hardware package, which is right here. Getting the A cam back in focus. Hate it when it does this. There we go, that's much better. Now the B cam's out of focus. This is always a mess. Welcome to live streaming. B cam, focus. Yeah. All right. And we're gonna need the arms. Arms and arms. Start with the one that I've undone already. Now, these do only go on one way. Again, there's a little bit of mold residue that I wish that they had done better QC on. Oh, looks like we have a kitty again. Okay. So, oh good, they do label the front of the chair on the bottom of the seat up front. So if that's the front, and we want the arms to go from back to front, I'm actually holding the wrong arm for the way that the chair is currently oriented. So I'm going to go ahead and on this one. This is the one we need. Set that aside. All right, so it looks like this goes on a little something like this. That all seems to line up and make sense. So, from our package of hardware, we're going to get, let's see, 6 in total. And we're looking for N, as in November, washers. On K, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws. This is very well put together. And okay. So I'm going to cut from the back so as to not mess up how this goes. Okay. So there's my washers. 6 washers, and get my K screws. Or bolts, I should say. Come on. All right. And there are, in fact, 6 of each of those. No lock washers or anything there. Nope, just K bolts into N washer. All right, so there's one. I'm just going to set this on the inside of the chair here. There's 2, 3, 4. Also, you can see that they put a little bit of a blue Loctite on here. Always good to see for a chair that is going to stay together for a long period of time. You don't want these bouncing back off out of these holes here at any point. So that'll help keep things together. All right, 6. And somebody is at the door for the cats. And the cat looks like it's going to start meddling with the stream again soon. Anyhow, continuing on. So we've got our 6 bolts and washers together. Nope, that's not the right side. That's the other one. Oh, it's right in front of me. Best place to lose something. All right, so 3 per side, pretty easy. Drop these in. 1, 2, 3. There's no way to hand tighten them, so I'm going to need that screwdriver in the package. It's actually a little easier than something like IKEA. Okay, so nice big screw heads on this, pretty easy to get in. Now, up front, I'm not going to make these tight at all. I'm going to screw them until they get roughly finger tight, just to get everything in the correct holes and aligned properly. Not even finger tight, just as far as directionality, getting things fed through those holes. Looks like there's also some adjustability left and right with these as well. Not quite certain what position that I really want these in terms of the in-out adjustability. So I'm going to leave a little bit of play in these and lock these down in a couple of minutes. I'm going to make these basically finger tight, just so we can still move this in and out. That's roughly finger tight. That's actually a little too tight. Back that out just a little bit. Yeah, so this moves back and forth. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can. So I'm going to intentionally leave that loose for right this second, just so I have some adjustability in a minute. And then let's go ahead and spin this around. I think that I can barely get that on. Oh, there's plenty of room. Okay, that works. And I'm just going to do the same thing for the 3 remaining bolts with their associated washers. Pull, pull, and pull. And like I said before, I'm just going to gently work these into their holes so that they go in properly and straight, and then worry about tightening them down after the fact. So let's go ahead and get these into their holes straight and true, just finger tight, so we have that adjustability. This is going great. Just taking a little finesse just because I do want that adjustability factor. Also, I want to make sure that these holes are balanced because it's a triangulated force here. on the arms. Okay, looks like that can move back and forth. It's finger tight. Please note that I will not leave these in here this loose. This is just for the assembly portion. They want me to lock them down, but I will not forget to do so. I just want that little bit of extra in-out movement here so I can decide how I want things set up when I get things together. Again, all of these injection molded portions and these rough cuts of fabric under the seat aren't going to cause any visibility problems from the top, but it is still a little annoying that this is such an expensive product at retail around $400 to see that things are pretty rough under here. I have seen rougher, but usually you get that from the $50 to $100 chairs from lower end brands or store chain brands, those sorts of things. I'm still quite happy with the build quality overall on this chair, but I think that they could sort out a little bit more QC, clean these up, make things a whole lot nicer in terms of fit and finish. Anyhow, we've got our arms on, so I'm going to go ahead and mark step 3 checked. And other notes, check that. Put seat upside down, attach arms to seat, drive the bolts. Next is the control mechanism, and it's the same on both of these here. It looks like they've ordered their instructions the same between their video and in their guide here, the picture guide that comes in the box. So that's always good. Instructions so far have been pretty easy overall. The CAD drawings and whatnot may throw off some people. I've been building stuff forever. I rebuild computers and that sort of thing. I've been a professional computer repair technician for many years now. So these types of diagrams don't scare me. It could for the layperson if they've never really seen something like this before. There aren't a whole lot of screws and they're very well labeled though. So between a little common sense and the way that they're laid out, I think that I probably could have gotten through this assembly process even without the instructions. But the instructions here are actually quite good and detailed with both pictures and screw names and whatnot. There's text as well as pictures, which come together in a really good instruction set. So I'm pretty happy so far. Okay, let's grab the control mechanism and get that out of its confines here. Just gonna go ahead and take off the cardboard on the floor. Sorry, it's off camera. Just this part is kind of heavy. All right, I'm going to do this with 2 hands because it is kind of heavy and I don't want to risk dropping it because there are those plastic controls. Again, I do wish those controls were metal, but it's okay. Just taking off all of the miscellaneous stuff here. Covers up all the things. Good. Now, it looks like they give me a nice arrow that says front. I don't know if you can see that. That's what that white tag says. It's front and it gives me an arrow. So that matches to the front of the chair. So I can set this right down here. Now, Autonomous, if you are watching, so the screw holes line up just fine. I don't see any problems with the lineup, but I wish that there was some kind of registration. Registration being a piece of plastic that fits into one of these auxiliary holes in order to have it stay while you put the screws in. Because right now I've got it on the edge of my desk here, and that's what they recommend for assembly. But this, because it's so heavy, it likes to slide around on top of the raised portions that basically the screw silos, and that's not a great way to go because it skates around and it's not solid while you're assembling it, and things wiggle and move and slide off. Um, so if they just had um, two or three plastic bits on either side that sort of come into these already drilled holes that are part of this mechanism here, that would be very ideal. As it is, it just slides too darn much. All right, place the control mechanism onto the assembly, push it in place, following the direction of the arrow in the manner shown below. Hmm. Push what into place? I don't understand what I should be pushing into place. It looks like these just line up. I don't understand why they would want me to slide anything in any direction. That part doesn't really make sense. It's just line up the screw holes and screw it in. I'm going to double check on their assembly video because I don't want to get this wrong. This is the first time I've ever questioned anything in the assembly instructions. Step 4 clearly states, place the control mechanism on the assembly, push it into place following the direction of the arrow in the manner shown below. Doesn't really make sense. Well, let's go ahead and first off, Stop in camera. Assembly instructions. Let's just walk through this real quick. Great. So I'm just going to go ahead and scrub through real quick. Okay, we've done that. We've done that. Step 4, that's where we're at. And that's exactly what it tells me to. Back up, back up, back up. I think I am running this. Nope. Let's just go ahead and slow that down. 0.25, nice and slow. Let's back up step 4. Place the control mechanism in the correct position on the seat. So this is the same instruction that I see on my sheet here. This is not a good instruction. It basically says push it into place following the direction of the arrow in the manner shown below. So it looks like they want you to like adjust controls or whatever, but I think that's just to show you how they want it aligned somehow. Because what he's doing is just placing it right on top of those 4 posts, correct orientation, and that's it for the step. So I guess there isn't more to that. Okay. Next step. All right, we need screws or bolts LP or bolts L, spring lock washers P, and regular washers O. All right, so bolt L, lock washer P, regular washer O. So let's get L. Okay, 4 big ass bolts, Loctite. Just gonna set those on my desk. All right, we need P. Just gonna start by dropping these lock washers on these 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4. It appears that I have 3 lock washers remaining. Strange that there's an odd number. Don't really like that. I'm guessing now that they're spares. Go ahead and set these aside. I'll note that those are P. Dig into O here. oh, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these, which is kind of strange. So we're just going to use 4 of them here. I'm just going to put these on all here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Set these aside with the others. Hopefully we'll use those later because we've got a lot of them. All right, so we've got these 4 bolts. All right, where'd my pen go? Pen. 404. And I dump iced tea all over myself. Live streams. Fun is. I have a small hand towel off to the side here. Anyhow, all right. So step 4 and 4 of those LPO bolt assemblies together, and now I'm just going to go ahead and tighten them down. As with all of these, I'm just going to start by getting them siloed. So line up the holes. Drop in the bolts. Pull. Drop in the bolts. Line up the hole. Drop in the bolts. Hole. Drop in the bolts. Turn the page. Wash your hands. Just like the comic book shop. All right. Enough 90s cartoon shows. So it tells me in the instructions to go ahead and bolt these in a cross pattern, just to make sure that these are assembled with the utmost tightness and balance, so that everything gets tightened down properly and torqued to spec. In this case, it means getting everything finger tight. Looks like it starts clicking when it gets finger tight. I don't think that's torque clicking. I think that that's just the lock walker engaging. Who is messaging me instead of watching me stream? Trying to explain what I saw in that video. Thought my live chat was working. Oh, it is. And you retracted your message for some reason. So I'm not certain what you're talking about. So just please type your message and I'm happy to read it. All right, tighten this one down. This one down. This one down. And tighten this one down. As good as that gets. Okay. I tried to move the pedal thing in the direction that it would move, but I noted that everything was aligned correctly, so I didn't end up moving anything. I was just trying to figure out what the picture was telling me to do. I didn't actually end up moving anything there. Apparently, they just wanted me to place it on top of the screw holes and go from there. I just wish that that particular instruction were a little clearer. All right. So now that we've got all the control mechanism worked down to the base, it's going absolutely nowhere. That's step 5. Step 6. Oh, okay. Step 5 and step 6 were just placing them in the opposite holes and torquing down those opposites, which is exactly what I did there. All right, step 7, place 3 screws and corresponding washers at the points shown below to bind the chair back to the seat. Oh, okay. That explains. Oh, okay. In the picture, it's I, P, and O. So let's go ahead and get our I bolts. We already have the 3P lock washers, which is showing me here. And we'll need 3 of those old bolts there. First, we need those bolts. So I. All right, I and meet by 25. So I is the lock washer goes on first, and then I'm just going to go ahead and put these on each of these bolts. 1, 2, and 3. And then I'll grab the regular washers and put those on top. Got 1, 2, and 3. And that runs us out of those washer combos. And I think that's it for the main. No, we've got J. There are J bolts later. Oh, those J bolts are for the headrest. All right, and they gave me looks like a couple of spares here for various bolts, which is definitely a good thing. I will keep those in my drawer of spare parts in case I ever need to swap out any bolts or anything. Sometimes bolts just work themselves free, and you end up losing track of them. So it's good that they gave me a couple of spares. I appreciate that. All right, so step 7, place 3 screws and corresponding washers at the points shown to bind the chair back to the seat. So we need the chair back, we need to line that up. What do I do with it? Ah, there it is. Chair back, flip upside down. No harm done. This is extremely unstable. Trying not to mess up the chair back either. Use my foot for leverage. This is really a four-handed operation, but I can do this. Especially once I get the bolts in the correct holes, even just a little bit. I'm actually going to finger tighten this round, at least to get them started. So then I can concentrate on making this chair not fall apart. Because right now the back of the chair is resting on my foot, and that is very uncomfortable. Not going to do any permanent damage, but I'd like to get my foot from out under this chair very quickly. So I'm just going to go finger tight till we get clicking from that. All right, I can remove my foot from that assembly now. It's just going to stay put. Wiggling a little bit, but that's fine. It's all aligned. Just going back over these a few turns at a time so that they're nice and balanced in terms of torque. Okay, that's in there. That's in there. All right, and this one will torque all the way down. Nice and tight. And then this one. Nice and tight. And this one. All right, that's good. Nice solid connection. I'm also going to double check these pre-installed bolts. They don't budge either way. It looks like these were probably assembled by a robot. That's a lot more torque than I have the ability to remove even with this nice torque driver here. So those screws are set. I'm happy with their torque level. That's not going anywhere. All right, so we've got the chair back installed. Step 8, lower the seat onto the gas lift. So now comes time to flip this whole thing over, place it right on the gas lift onto the base here. Slide that over, hit it with a reach. Okay. Bottom of this, flip it right on over. Ugh. All right. Gotta find a hole where that goes into and gently lower it. Fingers out of the way. Okay. And it's on there. And it's starting to look like a chair. In fact, honestly, I could stop here and it would be a task chair. Very ergonomic task chair. The only thing that it's missing so far is the headrest, which is optional. And from the way that things are constructed, I could probably get away without the arms too if I chose to as a configuration option. But I kind of like the arms. I'm going to keep them. They're movable. In fact, because of that choice that I made earlier, I am going to have to go back down there and torque those. These are not that loose normally. It's just the way that that I've set these up currently. I'm going to go back in there and sit in this thing, move them to where I want them, and then lock them down with that screwdriver. But for now, let's go ahead and install that headrest. Headrest. All right. Spin this about. Just a nice little hole here. Everything slides together all nice. They actually made that impossible to mess up, which is cool. All right. Step 8. All right, step 9. Place the headrest on top of the back, on top of the seat back. And then screw in screw J. I am rather shocked because of the rest of this construction that screws J do not have any sort of washers. Everything else got a lock washer and it got a standard O washer, which helps keep things stable and together. I guess because this isn't really a weight bearing portion of the chair, that it'll be problematic. But I'm not sad about that. All right. So does that go in from the bottom or from the top? From the bottom. Okay. Slide that back in there. So I'm just going to put the bolts on the screwdriver itself, just like so, and then go up from the bottom, screw those in. First, just to silo them, and then to torque them down. This one finger tight, and then to go back and forth. Okay, it's finger tight. Now I'm going to torque this one down. Not super hard like the bottom ones, just enough to keep it there. I think this is just going into plastic, so I'm just going to give it a nice hand-tight torque with this torque wrench. That's good. Ladies and gentlemen, the Autonomous ErgoChair 2. So now, I'm going to go ahead and sit in it, get those arms adjusted, lock those down, and that should be it. All right. Okay. First off, those wheels do spin quite a bit freely compared to my previous chair. Let's see if I can slide down. Okay, that's the lowest portion. It's the seat pan adjustment. Slide down the lumbar pillow. Lumbar pillow doesn't want to go low enough for me. I will probably be adjusting this thing for the next couple of days to get things just right, but not a problem. Ah, there's the switch. Okay. Oh, so the arms do have adjustability in and out naturally, as well as those adjustments that I was talking about before. So I guess those the adjustments is just if you're a particularly wide individual, which I am not. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip this back over for a second and install these as close to me as possible. There's plenty of width to get in and out of the seat, and the arms adjust in and out as well. So that will work just fine. Okay. Can I get to these from underneath while sitting in the chair? Trick. Just try to do this by feel. Tightening and tightening and tightening. All right. More. One of three. Ow. Okay. Two. Okay, the third bolt. This is really never designed to be worked from this angle, but I'm making it work. Okay, it's one arm done. Nice and rigid. Now let's slide that over, get this in as much as possible. Do the other three bolts. This is, in fact, way easier to do while the chair is apart and upside down. So I definitely understand why it was this way in the instructions, as far as to tighten all the arm bolts first before placing the chair on its base. But, c'est la vie. Thank you for the well wishes. I'm sure that once I get this adjusted properly, it'll definitely be an upgrade over the chair that I was using. Okay. One bolt fully tightened. Two bolts fully tightened. Last one. Not the screw head. Oh, it was not. There we go. All right. There's that. That's solid. Okay. So function guide. Okay, so there's a seat tilt function somewhere. I think that's this guy. Nope. Oh, that's the unlocker for the layback mode. Layback. Okay, that's not bad. Actually, it reclines a fair bit. I don't know if I could sleep this way, and the lumbar support cuts into the top part of my back, but we'll see how that works out. Oh, I can push the lumbar support down a little bit more. Oh, that is so much better. And this should lock into whatever reclined position that I choose. Ah, okay. That's pretty cool. If I want to be just there, then that's fine. Let me get the headrest up. Lumbar support's a little low now. Get that configured to my liking soon enough. Lots of focus. Hate it when it focuses on the glass instead of on me. There we go. So that's more or less about right. Oh, so the arms go up and down. That's a little too high. And they are independent, so I need to get them leveled out. They also go in and out, side to side a little bit. Can't see that from there. So the arms actually have side to side adjustment, as well as up and down. That's all the way down. It's all the way up. Pretty good range of adjustability. Also forward and backward. May end up adding some controller mounts here, right in front of the arms, do like a PHOTOS joystick thing later on. It's a project that I've had a back burner for a while. But that's, pretty good overall. So I can lean back slightly. Or I could use this as neck or head if I want to lean back or that kind of thing. So I can watch videos or whatever, just like this. But also work while I'm in appropriate posture mode here. That's pretty good. Oh, there's also tilt adjust. So the seat tilts. There's also seat pan adjustment. Controls are a little sticky. Oh, there we go. So in and out. So pivots as well as going in and out. It locks into position. It's a little too far out. Far out, man. Oop. Okay, right there is good. What did you do? Getting a feel for all the controls here. Angle of the back of the chair. No, that's the other one. Oh, that's the height one. I see. Not a whole lot of adjustability in that range. Still good nonetheless. I wish that I could adjust this in more. So like, that's not too bad. That's not bad right there. All right, so I just got to figure out how to appropriately adjust this lumbar support. I don't like that every time I move the chair back, it moves with the chair back instead of staying in a particular lumbar position. Right there actually feels pretty good though. All right, so let's get pushed in here. I'm liking it. Oh, let's tilt. There we go. There's also a knob that adjusts how much you go back, I guess. Oh, it's the tension. Darn, focus. I like it. So anyhow, I hope that anybody viewing this has been doing so on at least 1.5x, if not 2x. This took quite a bit longer with a whole bunch of boring parts mixed in. So this was the full adventure video. In terms of final conclusions, building this thing, not too terribly difficult. The instructions were very good. The video instructions were even better, but I didn't reference those very often. Just that one time I got confused. I hope Autonomous will change that instruction for people. If they're following the video guide, zero problems. They can just follow what the guy did, which is set the thing on the thing and put the screws in. It's good. But those following the written instructions, that particular instruction is pretty confusing. In terms of the actual chair, I wish the fit and finish were a little bit better. It's pretty rough in some places. Even on the top, if you look closely at where some of the materials meet, for example, on the armrests, the padded material on top versus the hard plastic material on the bottom, there's some sort of ragged connections there if you look pretty close. I mean, I'm nitpicking. These are just fit and finish problems. I don't really think it's going to cause any problems with my enjoyment of this chair. but it is a little less nice. And for the price that I paid, I wish that they paid a little bit better attention to detail in those places. I don't care nearly as much about the slightly more roughness of the construction on the bottom of the chair, because nobody's ever going to see it really. I mean, you're not going to lift this thing off the floor, arguably, ever really, unless you're loading or unloading it to a different location, which is not really what most people do with an office chair all that often. Um, yeah, I like the adjustability. I like the look. The mesh feels good. It's very conformant, especially with the headrest. When I lay my head back on it, it's not quite as soft as a pillow, but there's very comfortable give, and it's an elastic kind of give. So it hugs you a little bit when you sit back into it. The backrest has that. The headrest has that. So this material here, it's not cloth. It's some sort of a plastic lattice situation, um, and it flexes, and it's very elastic. It's nice. I like it very much. Um, it really gives me that hugging. Uh, Also, I figure it will be a lot less hot come summertime. Um, as it basically gives you the opportunity to vent a lot of that heat away. Um, I bet it's going to be less sweaty, and those sorts of concerns kind of go away. Um, the arms, I wish that they locked in their adjustability from in, out, left, right. They're basically freeing. They move in those directions all the time, which I mean isn't terrible, but I kind of wish that they locked. Uh, Not a deal breaker by any means, just little things that I've noticed here. Um, Leaning back is good. This is a pretty comfortable position overall. I might end up resetting the lumbar when I am doing active work. Right now, I'm sort of laying back, talking to the camera that's above my display. Um, so I'm a little lean back. If I were watching movies, I might go like this. I also think that yeah, lowering it. My desk is very low compared to most other people's desks, and my displays are very large. So getting my face about even with maybe a little above the center of the display is going to be pretty difficult. This is the lowest possible chair setting. And as you see, I'm more or less framed up the rule of thirds on my camera, which means that this is about the setting where my previous chair was set for average work. Um, and this is really kind of low compared to most office chairs, but this is fine. I currently have my feet up on the subwoofer that's under my desk. That's often how I sit, despite being possibly not all that ergonomic, at least as far as laid back experience, watching stuff, maybe playing a video game or something along those lines. When I'm typing, doing active work, working, I'm more attentive, upright. My feet are usually on the floor in that case. Um, so it's more of a upright kind of movement, and this does um, stick with you as well as far as the movements go. It's got a bit of a spring, and the back comes forward a bit when you lean forward, so it's not going to leave you hanging. There's a little bit of adjustability there. The lumbar support is going to take me a while to get used to. I know that it's a lot better for your back to have that there. I don't believe that it's removable in this chair model at all. And it's fine. I'm pretty sure I'll get used to it fairly quickly. It's just gonna hug my lower back, and hopefully within a week or so, I'll have some less back pain overall, which is always a bonus. Just happy to have that. And now I'm going to get me some more iced tea and have a drink and probably think about maybe going to bed. Um, Upcoming videos, please do like if you like this. Give me some comments down below. Happy to answer any questions that you might have about the Autonomous ErgoChair 2, be it build questions or fit and finish questions, or really anything that you want to ask about this thing. It's here. I'm happy to test anything that you like out on that does not ruin the chair. And as I said, I may end up adding some mounts, either 3D printed of my own design or perhaps some store-bought stuff. I do know that this chair is quite popular, so I think there are some mounts for this. In order to mount my HOTAS setup, I have a Satec / Logitech X52 Pro flight stick and throttle setup that I use for Elite Dangerous, both in VR and not. It's going to be great for MS Flight Sim once I get that going. And those sorts of things. And whenever I DIY something like that, I will definitely make a video just to show you guys what I've done and how it all works. I do have a video that's upcoming probably tomorrow that is going to be checking out my new Drop plus Sennheiser HD 6XX headphones. I've been looking forward to trying those out for some time. I've been trying out the Hi-Fi Man stuff. This is the Drop plus Hi-Fi Man HE5XX. I've been listening to these for the past week or so. They're pretty great so far. I will definitely have more to say about these in upcoming headphone reviews. I did get my Objective to DAC amp, and I'll have some more to say about that once I get the headphone video up and running. I don't think I'm going to review that separately right now, just because I don't think I have enough to say about it. But it'll certainly come up when talking about the headphones. And also, I will probably have a follow-up video of the Hi-Fi Man HE560s. That was my last video that I posted, as the unboxing and first impressions of those. I didn't care for them too much, but I do want to give them another shot, to be fair, on my new DAC amp. So I will have some thoughts about that upcoming as well. So please do get subscribed to get notified of the videos that I create as I make them. Thank you for tuning in and watching this grand adventure. There is a link to the ErgoChair 2 in the description, as well as a referral code, which can get you up to $150 off if you choose to use that. Fair disclaimer, that does get me some credit at Autonomous as well for other products. I don't think that they do anything as far as cash, but their store credit is still value, so I wanted to disclaim that. Also in the description, if you head on over to Cpgeek.org, you can log into the Discord. You can see the Facebook group. You can get a hold of me on Twitter, and I'm always happy to talk to my viewers about all of the nerdy things that you guys are into. Once again, if you have any questions about anything we have here, or have anything to say, please do leave a comment. I do read them all, and I reply to most of them. So please go ahead and do that. Otherwise, I will see you in the next